Hi, how are you? This is Mark Ginsburg, again after a long absence. I'm very sorry. With a very, I won't say special, but anyway, I decided to forego all the hard work that I'm doing to promote my screenplay and get my screenplay before the public, which is what you're seeing now if you're on Facebook Live, the New All in the Family page, or this is being uploaded as a video eventually to YouTube and all my other sites. Without any further ado, I'm going to go right into the script because that is what I want. Before I continue, I wish to say that I'm trying to get other people to read each part separately so that the script kind of comes alive. I mean, it never really comes alive until you have a real show, produced, directed, acted. But I think there's a lot of talented people with good voices. If you're hearing this and you'd like to be part of my Zoom video recordings of reading the script, please get back to me, okay? Private message me. Try to do it at Mark Ginsburg rather than at the New All in the Family messaging. You can reach me that way. If you're getting this on MGMG Films, just email me at mgmgfilms@gmail.com. Either way, you'll reach me. So without further ado, here is the New All in the Family, and I'm starting backwards now. So you're going to get the last episode, the most current. And then after that, I'm going back to the one before that, the one before that. This episode is not fully completed, but there's enough material there, and we're going to really, really enjoy it. Okay, The New All in the Family, episode 25. Fade in. Voiceover. Previously on The New All in the Family. External Josh's friend Michael's house day. The front door opens, revealing Michael, who looks shocked. Michael. Oh my God, Josh. I can't believe it. It's like you came back from the dead. What happened to you? Josh. Oh, it's so complicated. Michael. Wow, it's really good to see you, buddy. You just caught me in the nick of time. I'm leaving today for Stanford. Would you believe it? I just got in on a scholarship last minute. Josh, mentally on two things. Wow. Well, wait a minute. I need your help finding Amanda Wainwright. I still don't have my phone. Michael. Who? Amanda Wainwright. Josh. Oh, come on. You got to know her. She's in our school. Michael. Teasing smile. Oh, she's in our school now. Nice work. Now at least you're on the same continent. Have you heard from the other girl? From the other girlfriend that you had? Now that she's in a war zone? Josh. What other girlfriend? Michael. Oh, you know who I mean. You begged me to borrow my phone to cut class so you could sext her. I got in trouble for that. Josh. No, you didn't. Michael. Yes, I did. Don't you remember? Josh. You got in trouble because you changed my records back when my dad yanked my phone. Michael. Yeah, that too. I saved your life. Josh. No, not that too. That only. Michael. It doesn't matter anyway. Breaking into smile. I got into Stanford. Josh. Yeah, I'll say it doesn't matter. I had sex. Michael. Smirking, teasing. Oh, right. Amanda? What's her name? Right? Josh. Wainwright. Michael. Yeah, right. Josh. You don't believe me, do you? Michael. Whose phone did you have to steal this time? Or did you get yours back? Josh. What are you talking about? She came to me. Michael. Well, I'll say one thing about you. You're a colorful storyteller. Go on. What happened next? Josh. Oh, trust me. You don't even want to know all the details. Michael. Oh, yes, I do. Since you're such a stud muffin now, you can help me get ready for college. Josh. What do you mean get ready for college? Michael. Well, if you got a girl into bed, I want to know how you did it, so I'll know what to do. Josh. Well, I didn't learn from anybody telling me about it. You just gotta get lucky. Just be suave and be yourself. Maybe show her a little picture of what you got, like a picture of the goods beforehand. That's how I won over Amanda. Michael. That's okay. I want to be entertained. I want to know everything that happened from start to finish. Don't leave out any details or body parts. Josh. All right, you asked for it. But I'm not giving out any information unless you give out some, like where she lives. Michael. Okay, so you had sex with a girl and you don't even know how to get in touch with her. No email, no phone, no Snapchat profile. Josh. Hey, did you already forget I got no phone? All right, forget it. I didn't need you to tell me. I'll find out somehow. And that, my brother, is how a guy gets laid. Persistence. Internal. The hallway in front of Josh's room. Day. Mike, in the doorway of Josh's room, faces Joey. Both look confused and incredulous. Joey. What the hell's going on? Oh my God, the room stinks. The boy's gone somehow. You want to start explaining? Mike. Yeah, I'll be glad to. Joey. You know he's in big trouble, right? Isn't that what your lawyer was saying on the phone? How'd you let him slip away? Mike. Well, if you'd let me explain, I came by like I told you. The door was open. Seems to be a thing around here whenever I show up. Joey. Not me. Mike. Yeah, I know not you. Giselle was here. Joey. Oh, now she finally decides to show up? But where is she when you really need her? Mike. She didn't look too good. Like she was really tired. Joey. She's got nobody but herself to blame for that. Mike. Let's not get into that. Let's just stay focused on Josh. So he was here with her in the living room on the couch. Joey, really cracking up. Oh, really? And somehow you ended up locked in a room all by yourself that reeks of piss. You care to explain yourself? Your bladder giving way again? Mike. No, Joey. Thankfully, this time my bladder was working fine. Fortunately, you came home in the nick of time. Joey. All right, so this is Josh's piss then. And yet somehow he managed to be gone while you're stuck in here. Brilliant work, if you ask me. Mike. Hey, you going to give me a chance to tell you what really happened? Or are you going to keep editorializing so I can't get a word in edgewise? At this point, the theme song comes. Okay. Internal. Samantha's hospital room day. Dr. Morfield is sitting by the bedside, next to Samantha, who's lying in bed, head up on her pillow, looking better than before. Dr. Morfield. That's how therapy works. It helps to relieve you of pressure that builds up inside when you can talk to somebody honestly about them. You didn't do anything wrong. You were abused. And what's more, it was by an authority figure. I strongly suggest you follow through with this course of therapy, along with any medication you may need to help stabilize you. I'll be back to see you a few times before you're discharged, but it's up to you to follow up once you're back at home. Samantha. I don't know about that. You know how my mom is. Dr. Morfield. She seemed pretty anxious for you to receive whatever treatment you need. Samantha. Yeah, but just to spite me, she'll forbid me from coming when she gets into one of her spiteful moods. She does that a lot. Dr. Morfield. I know, you told me. We'll talk about that next time. I think she's going to be okay about this, though. He pats her gently on the shoulder, closest to him, gets up to leave, and reaches out his hand to her to shake hers. Dr. Morfield. Okay, Samantha. I'll be seeing you. She nods, smiling as he leaves. Eternal, Josh's friend's Michael's house, day. Mike and Josh are still in the doorway. It's actually Michael and Josh, I'm sorry. Typo there, because Mike is the grandfather and Michael is the friend. Okay, there we go, Michael. Michael and Josh are still in the doorway. That's the thing when you read the latest script. There's still typos and mistakes. Okay, they're still in the doorway, the door open, but more or less inside the house. Michael. Hey, come on in. Josh. So you don't know anyone who knows Amanda? Michael. Maybe I do, but just don't know her. Josh. Emphatic. She's in our class. How could you not know her? Boy, you really don't hang out with the girls at all. Michael. What can I tell you? I got into Stanford. I never saw you hanging out with girls either. Michael's mother off screen from another room. Who's that at the door, Michael? Michael. You won't believe this, Ma. You remember Josh, the crazy geek? Michael's mother from another room. Who? That name doesn't ring a bell at all. Josh. Oh man, she's just as bad at you, forgetting names and people. Michael's mother comes into the room and sees Josh. Michael's mother, noticing Josh. Oh, hi. I don't think we've met. Michael, how come you've never told me about this one? I thought I knew all your friends. Michael, you actually have met. Do you remember Josh? No, actually we haven't. Sorry, I've been gone. Hesitates. Michael's mother. Oh? Where'd you go? Traveling? Someplace nice? Michael. Oh, he went someplace nice. Michael's mother. Oh, I love traveling. We're actually getting ready to take a trip this summer in Europe. Among other things, we're celebrating Michael's graduation. And did he tell you? Michael. Yeah, he knows about me getting into Stanford on a scholarship. I'll bet you could get into Stanford or another good school, too, with your smarts. You should apply yourself and go for it. Michael's mother. It's funny, I just don't remember you. Do you want to join us for a bite? Michael's father, off screen. Okay, soup's on. He enters the room. Michael's father. It's actually called sandwiches. Who's hungry? Michael's mother. Jay, Michael has a friend who came to see him off. Isn't that nice? Michael's father. Hey, wait a minute. Don't I know you from somewhere? Its expression sours. Josh. Maybe I better be going. Well, it's great to see you again, Michael. And congrats. Nice meeting you. Michael's father. Wait a minute. Don't go anywhere. Michael. Dad, let him go. He just wanted to say goodbye. All right, take care, Josh. Michael's father. Wait, now I got it. You're that boy who got our son in big trouble. I remember it now. It took a lot of work on our part and his to turn everything around, and all he was trying to do was be a good friend. Whatever happened to you? Josh. I got punished. Michael's mother, taken aback. Oh, you're that boy? Michael's father. I hope you learned your lesson and got it together. Josh. I sure did. Michael's mother, disappointed. And you didn't even tell me? Josh. I'm sorry to bother all of you. Just wanted to wish Michael well. He was a really good friend to me, and I'm really happy for you, Michael. He starts to leave. Michael's father. I hope seeing Michael's success inspires you to study hard, too, because you're a brilliant student, too, as long as you play by the rules. Josh. Thanks, sir. I'll try my best. He walks out of the house as the three of them stare at him from behind with puzzled, perplexed looks. Michael's father. I hope that kid was serious, because I never know whether I can trust him or not. Internal, Samantha's hospital room, day. Samantha's in her bed as we left her. She starts to reach for her phone when the door opens, and in walks Kamala, who comes and sits at bedside. Kamala. I heard it went really well. Samantha, smiling. Yeah, he kind of surprised me. I didn't know anyone had that kind of power to take away my pain. Kamala. That means it's working, but you have to stick with it, even when it doesn't feel so good. Samantha. What do you mean? Kamala. Sometimes you have to deal with stuff that makes you feel bad. That's the only way you can get over it. Just trust him. He knows what he's doing. Samantha. She stares into space, half pondering, half zoning, and then looks back at Kamala with a smile. Kamala massages her arm. So how are you doing? Kamala. Okay, I guess. Trying to look into a summer internship in legal advocacy for disadvantaged people with an emphasis on abused women. Samantha. Wow, that sounds great. You're so ahead of everybody else. They'd all be looking to work at McDonald's and to have some summer fun. Kamala. You know that's not me, honey. I got to do things to help people. Samantha. Yeah, I see. Well, you've really helped me. Kamala. You helped me too by marching with us. And I like your fiery sense of justice. You just need to place it correctly, like not when you're in a crazy situation and a cop has cuffs on you. Samantha. Yeah. Kamala. You seem better than I've seen you in a long time. Samantha. I hope we can get out of here so we can have some real fun in bed together. Kamala. Smiles. Yeah, me too. We also need to make sure we get that case happening against the cop. Samantha. Have you talked to anyone? Kamala. It takes time. I signed the complaint, but as soon as you're well enough, you should co-sign it as a co-complainant, since you were assaulted as well. And then we just have to wait until the court can schedule us for a preliminary hearing. Samantha, that sounds like a lot. Maybe I better get better first. Kamala, you are getting better. All you have to do is go in and sign the complaint form, which is already submitted. The more names on it, the more credulity it has. Samantha, credulity? Kamala, believability. Samantha, wait, I know that one. Credulity. 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 Kamala smiles. Internal, the house, living room, day. The door opens. Josh walks in, somewhat enthusiastically excited. All of a sudden, he sees Mike, Joey, and Giselle, all sitting on the couch with stern, almost intimidating expressions. After a little longer than usual silence, as Josh is taken aback by the icy reception, Josh, with cheerful enthusiasm, "Hey, guess what?" Mike, "I don't get what's happening here. I think you'd be afraid to come back after the way you left." Josh, still on his high, not acknowledging his parents' glares. "Yeah, but I'm going to make good now, because I'm going to buckle down and study up. Michael just got into Stanford, and there's no reason I can't either. I'm so glad you're here, Grandpa, so we can get back to the homeschooling." Nobody talks as they try to process what's going on until Giselle, looking right at Mike, then left at Joey, totally disheveled, unkempt, and exhausted. "Are one of you going to say something? Or do I have to do everything?" Josh, smart alecky. "You know the answer to that, Ma. You got to do everything." Giselle, abruptly stern, raising voice. "Don't even try that to get on my good side now." Joey, "She's got to do everything, huh? That's what you think?" Mike, "I think this is supposed to be about Josh, not your wife." Joey, "Oh, it's definitely about him. Let me tell you something, sonny boy, smart aleck. I've just had enough of your tricks. You've got no idea how this world works. And you have the nerve to think you can make it all right by studying now, which I know is just a ruse." Josh, "No, it's not." Joey, "Shut up, because you've reached the end of your rope. And now you're gonna learn something. Really learn something for the first time." Pause as everyone self-collects. You can't just joke and worm your way into success by fooling people. Your mother was nice enough to let you out of your room. And what's the first thing? Giselle, "Wait a minute, Joey. He climbed down the side. The door was still locked." Joey, "Doesn't matter. He knew you were being nice. And what does he do first thing? He takes advantage. And let me tell you another thing. You think your ma does everything. Well, I got news for you. I'm the one bringing home the bacon." Giselle, "Oh, and my job counts for nothing? My kids, don't fight. We got to stay united." Joey, "Okay, I'm sorry, honey. But who is it going out there every day, despite even your mother trying to stop me, sitting in an empty shop so you'd have a place to live and food to eat? Who hauls his ass every day to be there on time, even early, and stays late while you're just goofing off, thinking up ways to beat the system, which can't be beat?" Giselle, "Joey, you didn't have to go out there. We had the stimulus money, and Mike helped us out. You were just being stubborn." Joey, "No, I wasn't. It was called a work ethic. You want to get somewhere, young man? This is how you do it. You get up every morning, early before everyone else, and you get your ass out there and work. I could have showed you how to make an honest living instead of these con games you were getting into. And you didn't even get any of them right. What, so you got one girl in your bed a couple nights, and now you think you're hot shit? That don't mean nothing. You still got caught with everything you did. The only thing you succeeded at was making everybody around you's life a big pain. But you didn't get anything out of it. You're just lucky I didn't do to you what other boys' fathers do. You can't count my father. He's a liberal, so he's too soft." Looks at Mike. "You know something? You're the reason this kid thought he could get away with anything. I think I somehow got mixed up in the wrong family, because I didn't have a father when I needed someone." Mike, "Are we going to start this again?" Joey, "You better believe we are. I'm just lucky Grandpa was still alive and knew how to raise me. Mike, oh, right, he sure raised you right. He taught you to hate people, to bring up your children up like some kind of prison camp? Joey, well, let's compare grandpas then. Which one of us is the one who's got a delinquent grandson? Which one is the one who takes care of his family and the one you trust to take your car for repairs and maintenance? Mike, Joey, you can't compare yourself, a healthy, functioning, middle-aged man, to an adolescent. Joey, oh, I thought we were all supposed to be united together, but you'd rather take his side. Aha, Giselle. And that's where it ends. But I put down a plan going forward, guys. Number one, Mike is calling Joey out on getting down on Josh for doing the same things Trump, his hero, does, leading to an explosion, which Giselle nips like she always does. 2, Giselle is suggesting therapy. 3, a police officer shows up with Walensky and an ankle bracelet to keep Josh surveilled. There's a little bit of a tiff over that, but Joey gets his way as Walensky warns them that this latest incident is definitely going to hurt Josh's chance to have his earlier crime treated as a minor juvenile offense with parole or community service, and he may end up doing at least some hard time. 4, second session with Dr. Morfield. He tells Samantha he'll probably be discharging her. She gets giddy when Kamala enters the room, even during the session, and sits up, reaching out to Kamala to all but hug her, saying, "Come on, bring it in, honey, this is great news," and gives her the most passionate hug and cheek kiss, saying, "See, I behaved myself since the doctor's in the room." Dr. Morfield laughs, but says he's glad she's well enough again, but does warn her with Kamala's support that she still has to work out a lot of what led to her breakdown even before the police incident. He says she's so lucky to have a really together and mature person like Kamala in her life, which Samantha completely agrees with, saying, "I'm so glad you're not fighting like my parents do all the time." Josh pleads with Walensky and Mike to get the study. This is number 5. Josh pleads with Walensky and Mike to get the study session started, promising he won't try any antics again. And Walensky says, "It's not me you have to convince, it's the judge. I'll try to help you, but I know how most Santa Ana judges will handle a case like this with repeated police calls." 6. In a later episode, Samantha pleads with Dr. Morfield to let Kamala take her on discharge, but Dr. Morfield says she has to be discharged into the care of an adult. But that is the date of Josh's trial, and Giselle and Joey are both in attendance. Kamala and Samantha convince Dr. Morfield to be the adult, with Dr. Morfield telling the discharge staff that there are so many kids living on the street with no supervision. He escorts them out of the hospital and to a bus stop, where the 3 of them wait for a bus, which, when it comes, Dr. Morfield waves the 2 girls off, telling Samantha not to forget to schedule future sessions. Samantha is giddy with ecstasy. 7. Mike is called into his university for being let go due to a serious complaint of sexual harassment, in which, if he goes quietly, the complainant promises not to press charges against him. He says he knows it's a witch hunt due to his outspoken progressive views, in which the school, he believes, is trying to protect its assets and donors' support. So now you got a preview of stuff that hasn't even been scripted yet. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow or whenever. Okay, whoop.